And we're live. It's Wednesday again, and it's a little bit past 8 o'clock, but we are live. Just a little bit. We had some technical difficulties, but we sorted them. It's all good. Um, so hi everybody. It's Wednesday, and it's your favorite role-playing group, hopefully, Armour Class Zero with a U. So hi everybody. I think I managed to scare everybody to be quiet because I'm the one starting and ending the streams usually, so I also get to play the intro music, which they can't hear. So I kind of scared them quiet, so you can actually hear it. But yeah, we're live. Hey, hey. Yeah, yeah. um, yeah. Yes. Yeah, I get the word back. Yay! Anyway, yes, exactly. As some of you might have noticed, last Saturday we did run a one shot, which was DM'd by our very own brains, and we had a guest joining us, one of Rocher's old friends, as in knowing each other for a long time. Um, good save. Yep, and we had a blast, and even though it felt like we were running around with headless chickens for quite a while, it was still quite a lot of fun. If you haven't checked it out, you can find it at our channels, both Twitch and YouTube, I'm pretty sure, and probably at the podcast at a later date as well. Podcast is up and all. There you go. We did have some technical issues. My internet actually died, and I had to restart my router. So it is split in parts, but it should still be all good because I think we did quite a good save getting back into it. Um, But with that said, we're actually gonna do more one shots. The next one shot will be hosted by me, and I will be DMing for the second time ever in my life. um, so that's gonna be nervous because I'll be doing it on stream, so you'll get to know all of my fuck ups and notice my incredible lack of knowledge about rules and stuff. But it will be fun. And we haven't set the date yet, and but we will get back to you guys about that as soon as we can all decide when it works for us. Uh, Only one thing that we do know about it is that it won't be on a Wednesday because that's our regular stream hosted by Roger. Um, with that said, we actually have a quite new nice feature for you guys, especially for our subscribers. If you subscribe to our channel, you will get the ability to vote for characteristics and backgrounds and even some spells for our characters that we will be playing in the one shots. We haven't worked out the details yet, but subscribers will have the ability to help us create the characters that we will be playing by voting. We will make more announcements when we actually worked out the details, but that's what we decided. And on top of this, subscribers of a higher tier will have the chance and opportunity to apply to join these one shots. And if you meet the basic requirements and we think it's a good match, we will probably invite some of you if there's spaces and so on, because we think it's a great idea to actually play with our viewers as well. So be sure to follow us on Twitch and Twitter and possibly even YouTube, and also get on our Discord. We don't have the Discord link here, but I think it's posted somewhere on the Twitch channel, or it will be in very short time. And we will also post the Twitch, not the Twitch, the Discord link on our Twitter a couple more times every now and then. So be sure to hit us up. Exactly. Also, yes, as a matter of fact, even though you might not be a high tier subscriber, it doesn't mean that the moment that you might be out of running to actually join in, because if we feel like yeah, we have a spot, we want to invite somebody, we might reach out. So make yourself known, let us know that you like our streams, that you want to be part of it, and who knows, you might be lucky or unlucky depending how you look at it. um Anyways, I think that was all the announcements we had for tonight, so I'm gonna play the intro song again and then we can get started. Yeah. Okay, here we go. And share. Yeah. Yeah. Can I say no? Because that means I'm gonna have to share the gold. What? Yay! I have a torch. No, wait. I'm not a little girl. I'm a young woman. There's no sound. There's no sound. No.
No sound on the stream.
Is there sound now?
No.
Hello?
Now there should be sound. I hope there's sound now.
Apart from Ellie. Oh.
No, they missed all the songs and everything.
Oh, it was such a great episode. Oh, sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys.
It's going to be myth.
I failed. I'm sorry. This is why somebody else should do the honors and stream next time.
Yeah.
But the sound should be on now. Yep, it's on.
Is it okay?
Yeah, I had.
Sure?
Yeah, I had forgotten to press one button.
Oh, okay.
No, because when I do start when I start to stream up, I have the loading screen. But since we're doing some pre-talking before the stream, I actually mute the desktop sound, which means that I have to unmute it whenever I start the stream, and I forgot because.
Okay.
I'm forgetful.
Fair enough. Recap. You guys gathered all the bodies and talked to the village elder, and he expressed his thanks and gave you some money as well in expression of his gratitude. And everybody was there except for Gemini, who was with Kate Appleblossom, the halfling who was at the tavern, and you got some thief tools from him.
Yeah.
And pretty much, I'm assuming that afterwards you rejoin the party. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Sure.
Yeah. So everybody just the pile of orc corpses are done, and there's some oil and stuff and some flammable things dumped on them, so that the fire can get started. And well, they're looking for somebody to do the honors. And I made the horrible joke that a little girl gets a torch and is allowed to do it, but no, Vince, you get to
Yes.
ignite.
Oh, you mean so I don't get to hit a little girl with my staff?
No, sorry.
This is mine.
Get out of the way. So now you, the village elder actually asks you if you would do the honors, and it's not like there's a heck of a lot of spectators here, but there are especially some people that lost people, especially a lot of women from the woodcutters that died are here, and they aren't really here so much to give like respect or anything, more like to make sure that they're all burn in hell. So the village elder asks you to make them burn hard.
All right. So there's people watching. All right, then.
Yeah, a couple. Yeah.
Then
there's not like froths of people, but there's like 15 or so people here, and
that's enough. Yeah. Okay. So Vince,
there's a couple of women with some children on their arms, and they look angry.
Okay, so he tries to make a show of it. Then he starts like spinning his staff around and make fire come out of the top of it, and try and make like a I don't know, cartwheel of fire, and then flings it down towards it.
All right. Just so we get a nice feel of it, roll a performance.
And then initiative, and then new character.
Yeah. Hit a woman, yeah.
Natural one, you hit the children.
Oh, poor children.
Performance. That's a -1. 12.
You get an 11?
I got a 12.
A 12.
No, yeah, 13 minus the.
Okay. So you do your. And Gemini, as you look at it, you feel like, oh, that's so cute. He's trying his best to actually make a show out of it. But you actually have a pretty good feeling about this, Vince. It looked cool, and you kind of bring fire down from above, and the pile quickly starts to burn, and people are watching for a relatively short while, but then because of the smell and things, people just go like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go back inside," and they just leave off. And thankfully, they've thought about the fact that the wind needs to be away from the village, so it kind of blows this bad smell away. But the orcs burn. And what do you guys do?
I come out from around the corner, and so, anything eventful happened besides this?
We got paid.
Oh, excellent.
I will share it with you guys later when there's not a giant fire next to us.
Vince is just leaving the staff. No better time.
No better time. How much did we get paid for our endeavors?
In total, 200 gold.
Okay.
So we get 50 gold each.
Fair enough.
We also
Now I'm more talkative.
Yeah.
So,
it's a real serious moment, guys. We're burning the enemies.
Well,
It's
Vince is just sitting there enjoying the smell. He's just. Yeah, it's a wonderful year.
I will like pick up Fluffles and hug him like that scares me. Look at Vince. That's not normal. And pet him.
Right then. So, where do we go from here? They want us to fight a giant, scout a giant. What is the deal with that? Has anybody spoken to Morgan or not Morgan, McGrundon or anybody about that?
Yeah, I thought McGrundon was more or less, yeah, go check it out.
Yeah, and I think that he said that there could be payment for troubles,
I think so, yeah.
but he didn't seem completely sure. Like he had to check it up, or like ask for it. But there probably
Maybe we
Uh,
should.
Is the village elder still kicking about?
No, he also pretty much, when it really got lit well, and he stayed there for like a couple of seconds, and as the women mostly started to leave, so did he.
Yeah.
But he's probably quite close because this all happened quite soon after they left.
Could go speak
But-
to the village elder.
Yeah, just so we're clear, the village elder did speak to you guys about about the giant and stuff, and he says like, I can't officially ask you or force you to do anything, but any help you can offer will be met with reward and gratitude.
okay. Yeah, I say that.
There you go.
Well then, we should probably iron out the details. Maybe find out where to start on our search for this giant. And
We know
Yeah,
where
that's all
to
I've
find
got.
the giant.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
McGrundon, the orc boy, had said whereabouts in the forest it was.
Yeah, we
Uh,
have
he
to go
gave us
to the
rough
hills
directions.
behind the forest. The hills
Okay.
behind the forest is where the orc used to live, and there was where the giants were last seen. It's 4 to 5 days of travel,
oh,
according to my
Uh,
notebook.
You are correct.
Days of travel.
Should we maybe go stock up for 8 days worth of food
I agree.
and then make a trip?
Sure.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, Vince sort of leans. He's like, yeah, maybe we should go to the general store. They might have some cool stuff. I've heard he's got a fantastic line in crowbars
Yeah,
Yes.
there's also rope ladders.
and rope ladders.
That sounds
Yeah.
useful.
Yeah, who wouldn't want a crowbar?
Everybody.
Well then,
I
Okay,
don't think
so,
let's
he
just
uh,
likes
continue
us.
shopping.
So, well, Vince will head towards the general store to.
I will.
Cure some
I will
rations.
follow like carefully because I think I might have pissed him off last time.
I'll follow.
So the four of you head over to the general store, and as you enter there, you see is talking to somebody else, and they're just making a deal. And she's like, "All right, no problem. We'll have them brought to your house tomorrow morning." Thank you, Eirik. I appreciate it. He looks. You have new customers. The man talking to Eirik kind of nods at you guys, and great job at defending us. You're real heroes.
Thank
Walk
you.
Yes, we're aware.
Vince just
Thank
gives him one of
you.
the. We flames come out of the end of his fingers. You're like, yeah, Vince was over to him and we're like, yeah, we need food for about a week
10
for all
days.
4 of us.
10 days.
All right.
10 days.
Yes.
Sure. that.
Yes, do the math. It's 10 days.
Okay. So I'm assuming that's dried rations, or what? What do you want?
Yeah, dried. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine with me.
Okay. For the 4 of you for a week.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Wouldn't
Anything
it
else
be-
you need?
4 days there and 4 days back.
4 to 5 days there and 4 to 5 days back.
So shouldn't we get rations for 2 weeks?
That's what I said. Well, I said 10 days.
Okay, 10 days. Okay.
Okay. No worries. Anything else?
Is there some like kibble or something for my cat that I could get? Some pet feed.
No, I don't sell separate food for animals, really.
Mm,
They usually just eat with their owners.
mm. Then I'll get some rations for my cat as well.
How much? Because it's kind of prepared already.
I look at the cat like, how much do you eat? You're a small cat.
Sir does that weird hiccup that cats do, you know.
4 or 5 days? 4 days? 4 days. Yes, you're a 4-day cat.
You want rations for 4 days for the cat.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm like, did I miscalculate this?
Anything else?
Because
What else
it's
do you
the
have?
same rations, right? The same size, right?
Yeah. They're rations to feed a human for about a day.
Yeah, and you don't eat that much.
All right, no worries. Well, sir, if you just look around, everything I have is pretty much on display. A couple of exceptions, but
Gemini looks around.
mhm.
I'll join Gemini.
There's a lot of stuff here, but this is clearly not really a store that is tailored for adventurers. Like, you need a new traveling cape? This is it. It's more like really a general store for the people that live here. There seems to be a thriving production and selling of axes, but wood chopping axes. Other than that, is there something you're particularly looking for?
Yes. I would like an item of giant killing.
An item of giant killing.
Yes, any item.
Give him an axe.
You look around
There you go.
and you don't see anything labeled giant killing ... But as you ask the store, Eirik, he says like, yeah. I think the best thing I have is he kind of points over to the barrel with different axes in it. Is that, but it's no particular giant killing device. You best go to our blacksmith. She probably has.
No.
Vince just sort of stands there, brings himself up to his full height. It's like, you don't need an item of giant killing. I am one.
You're an
Oh, there you
Fantastic.
go.
You'll be our first and final line of defense.
Eric kind of looks at you, Gemini, and says, "I got this guy over here. I'll sell him 5 gold."
Vince is like 10.
All right, 10. Fine. He laughs and starts making the rations ready for you guys.
If
Vince
he's
sort of turns to Nim.
out of like the room at the moment, I will like take out the gold and divide it up, like quickly split into 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Probably do it a little bit quicker.
Stay away. Yeah.
Probably do it a little bit quicker.
Okay.
But like,
Fine.
Yeah.
You divide the gold. In which way do you divide it?
I'm actually gonna split it evenly in 4.
There you go. So everybody gets
50 gold.
There you go. Everybody add 50 gold to your gold stash. Nim, if you wrote down 200 gold, please subtract 150 gold. I know how
Vince
to
is just like looking at it like it's
economics
the
works.
worst.
Did I give that guys to you guys? Oh well, I still have 200 gold. I must have given it to you guys.
I actually never added the 200 goals in my inventory. I just wrote it down so I wouldn't forget to like split it.
There you go. Awesome.
To be fair,
So,
50 to Gemini is probably fuck all. He's some walking around money.
Pocket change.
Could be. I could have been broke. You don't know.
Yeah, you might have
That-
spent it all.
that-
Anyway, so we all have 50
So,
gold.
Yeah, so you guys split up the money, and he comes out and hands like stacks of dried food, and he hands him. Here you go, miss. This is yours, and extra for the cat.
Thank you. How much?
Well, actually, I've been authorized and allowed by the village elder to give you this free of charge.
That's amazing. Thank
Excellent.
you.
Vince takes his like, sweet, bye.
Yeah.
I will pack it down into my backpack.
Fantastic. Goodbye.
And
I get
thank you again for everything.
I love that accent. I just picture like you have your back to the door and you're just like
Just,
doves.
yeah. That's correct.
Good.
Exit stage left.
Exit stage.
Smoke.
Alright then. So now here's the thing. We are all mighty warriors, but we're actually not. So maybe we should enlist the help of somebody who would actually care a bit more than we do about this town. Not that we don't care, just that we don't care quite enough to fight a giant.
Vince just like shrugs, goes, I do.
I already fought like giants. There were like 15 of them.
Yeah, everyone's a giant to her.
Then I
And,
suppose when I say we, I mean both halves of myself and Mage Hand.
You're just like the mage hand.
Mage Hand's like, so
I know. What
See-
about the guard?
yes, that's exactly my thought. We get the legendary Orc Slayer and Sam. Right then, let's find them.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Good luck with that.
Let's walk around. Legendary Orc Slayer! Sam! I'm
Just
just
sort
gonna
of
go
turn-
around town until I find them.
Okay.
Just sort of turn to the other, go, we just wait by the gate, or what you gonna do?
What time of the day is it?
Let's see. You guys been to prostitutes, done a lot of shopping. It's probably late in the afternoon. Because you hold a lot of bodies,
Yeah.
did the fire thing and stuff.
So do we want to head out tonight or tomorrow morning?
Vince just throws it. Sooner the better.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I guess we'll go wait for Gemini.
Vince sort of skips off towards the gate, just like, I'm gonna set a giant on fire.
I'm gonna follow Gemini just to make sure he doesn't cause any trouble.
Good
I'll,
luck.
I'll go with Vince and pull out my sketchbook and continue designing the ladder shooting ballista.
Okay.
I like it.
So, Varian, you follow Gemini. Gemini, you walk calling Slayer?
And Sam, yes.
And Sam. Okay. So, you don't see much response, and after a while, another guard just approaches you and says, "Hey there,
Yes.
you looking for somebody?"
Yes, two people. You may have heard the legendary Orc Slayer and Sam.
No, and no, really.
Sam is a god. He's seems to be a relatively new god, but the man is talented. He worked at the front gate or whatever gate we were at, and the other one worked at the opposing gate, and apparently he slayed many orcs.
Really? Okay.
Do we even know if these guys are even still alive?
I
That's
don't-
kind of what I'm trying to find out.
Ah,
I don't
okay.
know. Sam. Oh, you mean young Sam? Yeah.
Is there an older Sam?
Yeah, there is.
So
Which
then,
one do you mean?
I
younger
mean the
guy,
younger.
or-
I don't want to get into this. I mean the younger Sam. The younger.
Yeah. He's at home.
Okay. Right then. I am trying to decide on whether it would be a waste of my time to find out where he lives. I feel like it might be. If you see Sam, tell him I said thank you so much for the great work, and that we will give him a recommendation to the village elder and to McGrendon. And for your help, I will do the same for you, good sir. And I'm sure you did very well in the orc fight, so thank you for that as well. Good day.
Good day. He kind of looks puzzled as you leave, and kind of looks at you, Varen, and then, sir, he just nods at you and walks off.
Head back to the front of the game.
All right.
I get
You
the
guys,
feeling that Gemini is going to be one of those stories that parents from this village tell their kids to warn them about strangers.
Stranger danger, stranger danger.
Now, are we at the gate that was by the farmer's farm?
Yeah, this is the gate that leads to both the forest and the one you left out north towards the farm.
Anybody we recognize, McGrendon or any of the guards that we've met, anybody at all?
You see a guard, but you don't recognize him.
Okay. All right. Well then.
All right, you guys stand there, and as you, Vincent, stand there, he looks at you and says, "Everything all right?"
Yeah. Look,
Mhm.
I will show him my sketches of the ladder shooting ballista and like the foldable ladder, and now I've started doing some like moth scribbles or something that's probably completely off, but
He
I don't know
takes
that.
your book and kind of looks at it, kind of turns it around and just.
No, not that way.
What? Oh,
that way.
you are a very talented drawer
Engineer.
lady.
Engineer.
Oh,
It's a ladder
oh,
shooting.
it's fun.
It's a ballista that shoots ladders.
Of course it is. Yes. It made perfect sense. Well done.
Who is this?
Just a guard.
Okay, it's just guard. Okay.
Vince is standing behind her like lighting this pipe, and he looks at the guard and goes, "And that's the only color that comes in."
Well, I hope it's red.
Yeah.
We can paint it red. And like make note. Paint red. More intimidating.
With like fire things drawn on the side.
I agree wholeheartedly.
There you go.
Yes. I'm making note of that,
So-
like some design of it.
Are you guys waiting for somebody, or
Yeah, we're waiting for two of our friends that are away annoying the rest of the village.
okay.
Well, one of them is. The other one is standing silently beside him, I would assume.
It must be the dark skinned dragon blood, right?
Razor.
Yes.
Yeah. He's cool.
Well, you're entitled to your wrong opinion.
I shake my head at that statement, like,
So you see Varen and Gemini. Well, the party is complete once again. Like clink, connected.
ooh.
What do you guys
Guys,
do?
guys, what do you think? I showed them my sketch of the ladder shooting ballista.
Ellie, do you think somebody would be able to ride one of those ladders as it is launched through the air? Like a delivery system for, I don't know, a buff mage.
Maybe. I mean, you have to like put some counterweight on it, and maybe a
Yes.
protective cage. No, a cage won't work. Then you will be stuck. Then you will
What
also.
about like a trebuchet that's just designed to launch a magician, say, who weighs, 13 to 14 stone?
I think you need to know how to fall properly, because otherwise you'll see splash.
That seems like a problem for the mage, not for the designer.
Yes.
I mean,
Quite
then
true.
it would be possible.
Yeah. It's called a delivery system, not a landing system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
That's
true.
a
Very true.
whole
Get
that's a
into
whole
where you
different
need to be.
department deals with
Yeah.
that. Nah,
Yeah.
I'll make a note of it and to design something about this later or start engineering it.
yeah. Think Vince will make a note as well. Learn feather fall.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I will put it
we
away.
have next-
We're ready to
Seems
go.
so.
I think. Are we ready to go?
Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you guys make ready to go, and the guard looks and says, "You guys are heading out."
Yes,
Apparently,
we're going giant hunting. I look
Yeah.
super thrilled.
you seem a bit apprehensive, sir.
He-
Why?
He looks at the sun and says, "It's relatively late in the afternoon. Shouldn't you wait
Yes.
till morning?"
Well,
Mm,
I don't know.
I suppose. We should head in the morning, more daylight hours to get travel before we have to camp.
But we killed the kobolds. We killed the orcs.
Oh,
The
Yeah,
giant
we're
is
gonna
a
have to
few
camp.
days away.
True, but we're going to have to camp out
Yeah.
anyway.
I assume
have
that there's
fire.
more than just kobolds and orcs in the forest. So.
oh, there's always more kobolds. The orcs, however, from what McGrundon said, there was one left, and he is now harboring children to some safe haven. So, I assume we'll have to deal with the kobolds and whatever strange flying thing that Ellie saw.
Oh yeah.
Possibly a giant, and
The
who
giant.
knows, maybe a horde of the undead.
Oh, and paw brains. We might have to deal with paw brains.
Yes.
Horde of the undead.
But
Stealing content.
won't we have to camp out anyway a couple of times? Does one night
Yeah.
make a difference?
Well, you see, the only issue I can think of with traveling at night would be that the only person who can see would be you, Ellie. The rest of us would be at...
That's light.
You can't see. You have eyes.
Well, yes, but they don't have dark vision
Oh,
at night, you see.
Oh,
That's why I
right.
prefaced it by saying at night.
right. That's a thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Vince casts light as we glowing orb above him.
Yes, that won't attract any attention at the dead of night.
Yeah, but we're not
So-
going to
Let's-
be
let's go
walking
to
at
our
night.
camp.
So
Yeah,
we're
but we're
staying
not
one
going to
more
be
night.
walking at night. But we wouldn't be walking at night. We'd only be walking until night and then camping. It just wouldn't be going as far before camping.
I will follow your lead. I do not care.
I don't mind either. I mean, if we sleep, I can sketch this out for a bit more before we sleep. But I mean,
we haven't really celebrated our current victory, so we could go and have a few drinks and actually sleep in a proper bed for once, you know.
I am never not celebrating, but that sounds fine.
The guard is kind of standing there, kind of leaning on his spear, looking very interested. Discussion about you guys.
hey, what would you do? I look at the guard.
He kind of points at Varen and Gemini. Definitely celebrate. You guys earned it.
Let's go celebrate.
Oh, and he kind of looks. How big is your package and stuff and things that you're carrying around?
Backpack size.
All of us?
Yeah, because he'll probably do like a scan if you guys have like a tent, torches, maybe a lantern with some oil on it and stuff. And if he doesn't see that, he'll probably be like, shouldn't you guys get some supplies?
Well, Vince at the very least has backpack, sleeping system, torches, tinderbox, water, and food.
I have some.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have some torches, tin box food, and bedroll,
Yeah, mostly everything except for tent.
and the spyglass.
Okay, then he doesn't mention it, so he kind of looks at this. All right, well, definitely celebrate. A couple of pints are always good.
All right, let's do that.
Yes.
Have a good day. And
You too.
I don't know, but maybe I'll see you in the morning. Probably not. I don't have a morning shift, but good luck.
Thank
Fair
you.
enough.
You too.
Varen will walk up to the guard and go, I feel like I know you from somewhere. And then just sort of shakes his hand, like takes his hand out to shake his hand. Sorry, what was your name?
It's it's Tom.
Tom. You're doing a good job, Tom. Keeping us all safe.
You see him like growing a couple of inches, and he says like, "Thank you, sir. It's a great honor coming from you."
Not at all, no. I'm just one man.
As am I. Oh,
I'm kind of two.
I'm built like 3.
the thing with your face, yeah.
Okay, Tom, I'll bid you adieu.
Have a good time and safe journey if I don't see you.
Bye, Tom.
Bye.
Fluffles, say
See?
bye. I leave Fluffles a little bit and like wave his paw in there. Say bye, Fluffles. No,
Bye,
bad
bye.
cat.
Doesn't like guards.
What's wrong with guards? They're nice. Mostly. He was
It depends
nice.
how often they've spoken to Gemini for. seems odd how that sliding scale there, you know.
They start off relatively nice and then go down.
Yeah.
All right, so as you guys are pretty much packed to leave, you're like, nah, let's go back to the tavern.
Let's go back to the inn.
Okay, so you
Alright.
go back to the Big Toe.
Yes. And I will walk in, like sneak in first and go like, Margaret, we're celebrating.
Yay! Wonderful. Welcome. Take a seat over there.
I will go have a seat.
Yep, Vince will do the same.
You guys sit down, and
join.
you're actually, well, I wouldn't say surprised, but you're actually, you notice that it's relatively busy in the tavern. There's quite a few people here, and a lot are drinking and talking, and there's a very positive mood at this point. You do notice that there's quite a few people that have had more than one drink.
I'll try and start a conversation with Gemini.
Okay, no problem.
So, Gemini, what is this alcohol thing that the people keep drinking? I haven't really tried this ale or whatever it is they serve here.
Well, it is a fermented drink, usually from fruits, hops, various different plants, but it is primarily used to forget one's woes. People often say they use it to celebrate, but really, it's to suppress memories more than anything.
Ah, I see. Similar to wine and fermented grapes.
Very similar, yes. Not quite as sweet by a stretch of the imagination, unless we're talking mead, but yes.
Maybe try some mead.
Yes.
Vince just sort of goes, ha, wine, gay.
I wouldn't know. I haven't tried it.
So Gally approaches you guys and says, well, if it's not my favorite heroes, what can I get you guys?
Mead, lots of it.
A celebratory drink.
Very well.
Wait, who is this?
It's Gally, the halfling woman.
Okay.
Your
Never
combatant.
caught her name.
I'll try a single mead myself as well.
All right.
Vince is like,
Two for you, okay. And you, handsome? She kind of looks at you, Gemini.
Vince looks back at her again. What? Said.
I will take 3 of whatever you would suggest.
Okay. You want them all at the same time? Or,
Yes, please.
you know, I'm working here all evening. I can just serve you one at a time, but that's what you want. Fine.
Or you can
Thank
serve him three times.
There you go. I'll be right back. She walks off. And, well, you see people talking, and one of them starts to go like, started trying to get people to join in, but they're not really into it yet, and he kind of dies down. So the drinks are offered, and you will get what you ordered. You, Gemini, get a glass of what looks like wine.
Okay. Get 3 glasses, right?
Yeah, 3 glasses. Yeah.
Okay. I'll slide 2 back over to her and say, for you and your brother. Now, how do I go about getting a room here? I'm tired.
Thank you. I can just order you a room. That's fine. Do you want a single room or?
Yes, please.
Okay. That's fine. I'll make sure you get one. Do all of you want a room?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll immediately put the order through because we already have a couple of people staying with us. So just to make sure that
Could you
you're
also
not
like
late.
arrange for breakfast in the morning?
Certainly. Yes. No problem.
Awesome.
Should we wake you at a certain time?
Crack of dawn.
You want to get an early start, right?
Yeah.
Get the most
Crack
daylight
of
out
dawn
of
it
it.
is.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. She takes back 2 glasses of wine and hands one to her brother. And they kind of put it like on the side of the bar, which is kind of their meeting point to take and bring orders. And they nip from it now and then. And she quite quickly returns with on the tray where she usually has her drinks. She has now 4 keys on it, and she says, "Here you go." She offers the keys to you. They're all the same, so it doesn't really matter which one you.
I will grab one of the keys.
Yep. So,
Thank you.
I'll grab a key, leave a 2 silver tip for her, and just head straight to my room.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Night, Gemini.
Good night, Gemini.
Wave as I walk away.
All right. The rest of you drink.
yep.
Yeah.
Vince is like sitting there with his staff, and he just sort of lets go of it and stays standing there, and he grabs the 2 neat things one each hand.
As you guys are kind of drinking there, and as you, Gemini, kind of stairs,
Mhm.
you see one of the people look up and says, "Hey, I know you." As he kind of gets up, and you see like this breath of alcohol is being spewed in your way. I know you from the church. You helped defend the church. He walks over to you and kind of grabs your shoulder and says, "You did one hell of a job, my friend. I'm so grateful for what you did for my family, and I really appreciate it. Let me buy you a drink."
I
Tries to lead you towards the bar.
I start acting just as drunk, and I'm like, I'm already 3 shades into the wind, my friend. My friends over there.
You what?
I'm quite inebriated. My friends.
Oh.
I'm drunk.
Oh, you're drunk. Probably everybody in town.
My companions over there, they did much more than me. I mostly sang songs. Maybe buy them drink. They would love it, trust me, especially the big one and the little one.
He kind of opens his arms and tries to hug you.
I give him just a quick pat on the back type hug, and then kind of make some distance and go, "Yes, I'm going to bed now." And I walk away.
All right, great job.
Yes.
As you head up, and you guys, as this guy kind of wobbles towards you guys and starts to talk to you, you see other people start to notice you, and they everybody wants to buy you drinks.
Vince Letson.
There you go.
I'll probably shuffle most of the beans because I'm tiny. It doesn't take much. And I don't want to be completely drunk because I never lose truffles. I'm convinced of this.
There you go.
Varen will usually politely decline unless it's some new type of drink that he hasn't tried yet.
All right.
Vince like pushes a mead towards him, like get that down your neck.
I haven't
Go
even really
on.
tried the mead yet.
Go on.
Varen's going to have a go at the mead. What
Kinda
does it
swirling
taste like?
around, like,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll let you decide what he thinks of it, if he likes it or not.
What are we talking here? Honey mead or
Probably, yeah.
pretty sweet?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Sweet mate.
He thinks it's pretty good until the alcohol starts to hit him. And then he's
Then he
like,
has fucking non-flashbacks.
You were there, man. You were there.
Oh man,
starts to curl up into a ball.
Rocking back and forward with the 1,000-mile stairs.
Seen cannot be unseen.
nice. So yeah,
He killed the younglings.
you guys have the opportunity to get really wasted for free because people are pretty much waiting in line to buy you drinks. And you'll also notice that a lot of females that are here are, especially in you, Vince, they're quite flirty, and there's after a while, Gally starts to play some music and stuff, and you are asked to dance.
Oh, he's so drunk as well.
Yeah, he'd be well. Oh yeah, he'll dance. Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
It'll be like moving a fridge, but yeah.
Well, they kind of try to get you up and come on, let's dance, come on, and they drag you onto the dance floor.
Yeah.
Excellent. And after a while, another woman kind of approaches you, Varen, and says, "Come, you should dance as well. Come on,
No.
come on." She grabs your hand and starts to pull on you.
Go, Barry! Barry, dance!
Come on.
I do not know how to dance.
You don't need
okay.
to!
You look over at Vince and was like, it doesn't look like he does either.
You can't do worse than him!
I'm kind of in armor. Could you give me a moment?
I think you should dance and like play it, Amelia. That'd be great.
Sure.
Need some help to get it off?
Hey.
Sure. It takes, a good 5, maybe 10 minutes. And then he'll go and try and make an semblance of a dance.
There's no structure to it whatsoever. There's just people kind of moving.
Yep.
People are way too drunk to actually make like a proper dance or anything.
He'll have a couple more drinks as well, just to maybe go with the flow. And I think once it starts to hit him, that's when he'll stop. So yeah.
I think that sounds like you're on an actual night out.
It's lucky you never see me at nights out.
Oh.
As the two men are on the dance floor.
I will have a seat on the table and dangle my legs in beat to the music and just sit there with a drink, enjoying myself, having fun at them dancing.
You're sitting there on the table with your. This is fun, and then all of a sudden you hear a voice to your right, and you kind of look and you see Kate standing there. He says, "No, you're not gonna get off that easy. Come on, get off that table, dance with me."
Who?
Kate.
Kate.
The male halfling.
The halfling. Oh yeah. I will put down the meat and go, sure. Why not?
So you all dance and are merry, and the evening lasts long, unless you guys cut it short. But I'm not assuming you do, but it's up to you. Gemini, do you do anything particular, or do you jump into bed?
I first off, I sew patches. I sew the bird symbol from the whorehouse, and then I sew the symbol for the blacksmith and for the general store.
Okay.
And then lastly, is there any paper or writing utensils in the room?
Not standard. No.
Okay, then I'll go back down as quietly and sneakily as possible and kind of try to find Morgan or Kate or somebody and be like, can I get some paper and a pen, ink, things of that nature?
Yeah. You see Morgan. Well, you see everybody's dancing, and he looks. Yeah, sure. How much paper you need?
Just one sheet, please.
There you go. He hands you a sheet and a vial of ink and a feather.
Okay. Thank you. And
No
head
worries.
back up to my room. Yeah. I'll start writing a letter. And I'll just say, I don't know if this will reach you. I don't know how to get in contact with you, but I'm worried. I haven't heard from you in a while, and tomorrow may be dangerous. I would like to hear from you at least once more before. And then I'll just kind of trail off there not knowing what to write. And I'll just fold it and seal it with my signet ring.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll go to bed.
Okay. And what do you do with the letter?
In the morning, I'm going to give it to Morgan.
Okay. There you go. So you go and get some rest. As you guys party too late at night and then go to bed. Throw both Varen and Vince. Throw your charisma.
How? Not bad. 18.
18. That's not bad.
Yeah. I got 16.
16. Hello.
Did we pull?
You guys will clearly have to not spend the night alone.
Vince will take that.
Both throw your intelligence with disadvantage.
Yeah.
That's 9 for me.
That's an 8 for me.
Okay. So you you both go like, okay, yeah, sounds like fun. Yeah.
No. Varen outright refuses.
Okay. You go ahead and join with this woman.
All right.
There you go. So after a while, you all will head to bed. Vince, you spend the night with somebody, and it's slowly,
whose wife is it?
slowly but surely will become next morning.
Do a roll.
As you guys,
Varen doesn't sleep.
You don't sleep at all.
No. Well, he tries to sleep for a bit, and then it basically gets waken up by nightmares.
Okay.
So at the earliest point in time, he'll probably get up and head out.
And
to the
Gemini will be up
blacksmith.
super early.
Sorry, what did you say last bit, Varen?
He'll probably get up early before everyone else, and then maybe check with the blacksmith.
Okay. Very well. So you get up. You pretty much it's starting to get a little bit of light. So you go like, fuck it, I'll just go downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And you're probably somewhat surprised to see Gemini is already downstairs, and you see Morgan looking tired. He says like, Morning, Gemini. You want something to drink? To eat already?
Um, n- no, I apologize for waking you.
It's fine. It's fine.
I just I kind of slide the letter over. And I say, if a woman shows up looking for me, a dragonborn, um, could you give this to her? Somebody that you haven't seen before.
Oh,
I think you'll know who it is.
you don't mean Lady Tachan?
No.
Hmm. Sure. He kind of looks at the seal. What is it sealed with?
It's my signet ring.
You're gonna. Sure. I'll keep it here.
Thank you.
As you Varen, come downstairs and you just see this. You don't really
Right.
see it from the beginning, but you just kind of see this like Gemini handing something to Morgren.
They'll be down and they'll be like tying like a cloak or something to keep himself warm. And he'll just see Gemini and he'll go, "Morning, Gemini." And he'll just sort of tap him on the back and go, "I have a little errand to do. I will see you in a moment."
Yeah, I think maybe you should sleep up last evening. If there's anything I know, it's hangovers, and you, my friend, are hungover.
Yeah. And then just sort of walks on.
All right. You head over to the blacksmith.
Yeah.
Okay. Very well. What do you do, Gemini? You just have breakfast or wait
Yeah,
till the others wake
I'll
up?
just have breakfast, and then I'll just kind of walk around town, see if I can find Sam or any of the guards.
Okay.
Just kind of a little worried.
There you go. So you, without breakfast, Varen, head over to the blacksmith, and you find her, and she's working hard. And,
Oh, up early, I see.
lot to do. Lot to do.
Yes. Any word on progress?
No. Were you planning on leaving already?
Yes, we're going to be heading out for a while. I thought I would let you know it should be roughly 10 days, maybe a fortnight. We're going to check on the forest and the hills to see if there's a giant has moved into the area.
I heard about that. Rumors, at least. So I don't have it done yet, but I swear it'll be done in 10 days, definitely.
Yes, that's perfectly fine. Yes, I was just letting you know we should hopefully return, and I shall check on it.
She nods, and you see her, like, her brain is kind of processing things, and she says, like, wait just a minute. Take a seat. Warm yourself by the fire. It's kind of cold in the morning. And she walks to the back.
Vern is kind of sort of visibly shaking because he didn't sleep very well.
Mm-hmm. As she kind of returns, and she looks at you and says, "You okay?"
Yes, this didn't get very good sleep last night. We kind of celebrated. Bit of a hangover, they say, apparently.
You should go and see Lady Tachan. She has good remedies for stuff like that.
All right, maybe.
And she has like what looks like a metal kind of long-sided box that she's holding. There's like leather wrapped around it. You're going off to see that dragon, right?
The giant, yes.
Giant. Sorry, they're just talking about giants and dragons, and the old battles
I hope
might
not.
come back.
Dragon
and
is not
there's a
something
lot.
I would want to run into. Even of my kind, they're very, very strong.
Wait, you don't want to run into dragons, but you're okay with running into giants?
Well, I suppose giants are not as dangerous, but they are still dangerous. Hopefully, we don't have to tussle with one anyway.
She kind of walks towards you. Are you standing or sitting next to the fire, or are you
I
away from the
probably would have
fire?
been sitting next to the fire, yeah.
As you're kind of sitting, she's pretty much at the same height as you. Seeing as she's a dwarf, she's kind of looking at it, and this entire interaction, since you mentioned that you'll be heading out, you see your brain is kind of like working and kind of weighing off things, and she then looks at you and says, "I want you to hang on to this," as she kind of hands it to you.
And he sort of takes it and looks at it and realizes it is pretty well made and fancy, and he goes, "What is it?"
You see, there's like it's not extremely heavy, but it has a weight to it. It's like a long piece of metal, but you see there's leather wrapped around it, and
It's a crowbar.
they kind of no, it has it. And there's leather wrapped around it, but on the front, the side that's pointing towards you, there are little bone chips that are kind of pushed through a hole, so it's kind of holds a flap down. And you see there's pretty much three containers separate in this.
Right. It seems very, very expensive and intricate. What is it used for?
It was my father's. We moved here, or at least my family moved here during the great battles, and this was one of the things that helped him out a lot. Seeing as you're off to face a giant, I thought it might help you. I'm not saying that you need to use it. I'm just, if you need it, really need it, you can.
Okay. I'm not one to turn a gift force down, but are you sure you want to give me this? Seems it has sentimental value to you.
If I wasn't sure, I wouldn't give it to you.
Okay, then I gladly accept.
She nods.
Thank you.
Each slot, it contains a vial, and it should help you in regaining your health.
I see. Thank you very much.
She nods.
Is it rather large, or would this be able to fit this in a backpack sort of thing?
Yeah. No, it's more like put under your backpack and have relatively easy access to. It's as you kind of examine it and carefully open one of the containers, you can see that it's really made to travel. So the containers are well kept, and that, like, if it rattles around, they don't move, and the chance of them breaking is quite slim.
Right. How many containers does it contain then?
Three, and in each three of them is a very beautifully crafted vial, and there's a strange liquid in it. It as you kind of swirl it around, it almost seems to have like its own gravity.
Very interesting. Okay. Thanks again. I'll probably see you in 10 days.
Be careful.
Hopefully.
She
And
knows.
then he'll head back off to the inn and hopefully get something to eat.
All right. So you go back to the inn and you see Gemini just finishing his breakfast at that point, as the others probably come down as well with like somewhat of a hangover, and the woman in your bed, Vince, is still asleep. As you do you wake her or do you just go downstairs?
He gets up and sort of pats himself down, makes sure he hasn't lost anything in the night.
No, you believe everything is still.
So he puts his hat on and has it pulled down a bit lower, covering his face a bit more than usual, and leans quite heavily on his staff and sort of, and heads down.
All right. So the four of you kind of gather. You see Gemini has just put in this the last bite of his breakfast, and you see Varen returning from wherever he was.
Yep. I'll go up and get breakfast down to the table, and then while I'm eating, I'm going to attach this new box container.
Vince will go over to the bar and we're going to be like, another ale. Just one.
Okay. He kind of pours it to you and hands it.
He takes that and sort of looks at the breakfast and goes, and just turns around and sits at the table with the rest of them.
Where's your coldest water?
I can get some fresh water from you from the well. That'll be fine.
There's a well? Where's the well?
It's private well. It's in the back.
Okay. I would like some.
I'll go get it for you, ma'am. He walks off.
Vince is just like, hair of the dog's better.
What do you do, Gemini?
I'll finish my plate, stand up, acknowledge everyone, and then say, I'm off, but I'll be back by the time you finish your breakfast. Worry not, and then I'll just walk out.
All right. Excellent. So everybody has their own version of breakfast.
I get the water?
Yeah, you get the water. Definitely.
Okay, I'm gonna take the water. I will walk out, come back like 5 seconds later, and I'm like picking out like water from my face and my hair with my prestidigitation, and be like, but I'm awake, and be like, I'm gonna take a bite to eat, and then be like, all right, morning guys, super happy.
Massive spread of fry, by the way. Massive spread.
The smell turns Vince. He just sort of like, quietly cries into his pint of ale.
Do you want some, Vince? There's plenty for everyone.
Well, as you kind of stand there and you see Morgan table. So, he kind of pats Vince on the shoulder and says, how you doing, Casanova? I heard you and B got off on a good foot.
He's like, off on the good foot, did the bad thing. No.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd... I hope you didn't raise any expectations.
Sort of gets over like, not a chance.
Good.
Gemini feels like he's missing something. He will definitely speak up for.
Okay. He's like, could have used an extra hand.
All right. So you guys have breakfast, and you, Gemini, are outside walking about, and you see people slowly starting to shop and getting to work, and there's a bit of an unbalance, you would say, in the village at this point. You think that usually at this time, a lot of the woodcutters and stuff go out, and well, pretty much all of them are dead. So there's a hole in the village, and you see a couple of guards walking about, which is surprising because, well, before this time you only saw them pretty much at the gate. And as they see you, they kind of nod and hey.
Hello. Do any of you know where either Sam or McGrunden are?
Grundon must be at headquarters, and Sam. You mean old Sam or young Sam?
Young Sam.
I think he's at the Lady Tartan.
Intriguing. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I will go to Lady Tachon's first.
All right. You easily arrive at the church, and relatively quiet there, but the doors are open.
Let's walk right in.
Okay. You see in the church, you see about 8 people lying there on makeshift beds, and you see 2 women are walking about, and they are kind of holding bowls of porridge or something, and they're kind of helping people, feeding them.
Okay. And do I recognize anybody?
You look around and you recognize some of them, and you also see Sam is there, lying there on the ground.
I'll walk over to Sam, and I'll just like sit down next to him. Hey, how's it going?
He kind of looks at you. Hey, yeah, I'm okay.
Good.
Well,
You feeling all right? Any injuries?
just a couple, but that's all part of the job.
Yes, it is. Well, I was wondering.
Yeah.
See, I've been searching for you, and I noticed a distinct lack of woodcutters recently. And
You don't say.
yes, I was wondering, how would you fancy maybe being a woodcutter, but not just any woodcutter? The whatever passes for captain of the woodcutters. How would you feel about that?
I don't know. It's not really my profession, but well, being a captain's always nice.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Why? What you have in mind?
Oh, I just have thoughts. When you're healed up, we should have returned. We're going to go face a giant. Yes,
Whoa.
yes, and we will regale you of the tales.
Please.
Yes, absolutely. I wanted to thank you for your service and for your help. I'm sure you did a phenomenal job. And hopefully you'll have some good news soon. And I just walk away.
Thank you.
I head over to where McGrunden would be.
Okay. Excellent. Which is a relatively short walk towards the headquarters, and you see a couple of guards standing there as well, and you see some of them actually have like eye patches and things on. They look a bit hurt.
I'll just I'll walk by and I'll pat him on the shoulder and say you did well, and then I'll go find McGrunden.
All right. Well, you find him, and he's in the training yard. Yeah, that's it.
Mhm.
Training yard, and you see him kind of talking to some what appear to you as very young boys, and he goes like, "All right, so look at me," as he kind of grabs a sword. Now, hit it against the sword with your sword. As he kind of, you see one of the boys kind of hitting it, and you see him like dropping the sword. Okay, now, why did I drop the sword? Because I was holding it too tight. You hold it. As he kind of hands it to one of the boys. As you kind of walk in there, as he first looks like, who the hell? As he, oh, hey.
Hey, McGrundon, old friend, old buddy, old pal. You know, we are going to go fight a giant on your behalf.
Well, not on my behalf, but...
Entirely on your behalf. Now, I was thinking, you all are in desperate need of some woodcutters. Am I correct?
There has been a massive drop in woodcutter profession, yeah?
Yes. Now, you see, I come from a bit of a larger city, and sometimes when there's slack to be picked up, the guard will pick up that slack. They'll do various jobs that they're relatively suited for, and I feel like woodcutting might just be one of those jobs. Now, I have an idea that I would like to pitch to you. Don't worry, it will be very quick. I think maybe you should have a section. Okay. I think maybe a section of the guard, maybe 10 of them, should go out and woodcut, and you should have alternating teams of them so they don't get too bored. Maybe train them all in woodcutting, and I have to say there is one guard I was immensely impressed with. His name is Sam. He's a young guard, his young Sam, by the way. He's relatively young. He seems a little inexperienced as a guard, but he does seem like he has the potential to be a leader of men. Now, I feel like through his bravery, he should be rewarded. What do you say? Maybe you have the guards go out, become the new woodcutters, because then not only would you have them doing multiple jobs, a lot of the guards seem relatively bored here, but they would also be well defended, unlike your previous woodcutters. And we have Sam become one of the captains of the shifts. What do you say?
We can give it a try.
Fantastic. Very good. I'm glad we've reached an agreement.
Yeah.
That is all. I walk away.
You kind of hear behind you, what a strange man. As he kind of turns around. All right, boys, come on, up.
Now I'll just head back to the tavern.
All right. You guys pretty much finished your breakfast. Gemini re-enters the tavern.
Varen will have a wee conversation with both Vince and Ellie.
Okay.
He'll lift out one of the vials from the container and he'll go, Ellie, and Vince, you are both spellcasters. Do you know if this is a healing potion and of what kind?
Well, I am a spellcaster, but I haven't really studied magic. It just appears.
Vince will be like, okay. Still sort of like, eyes beating together, blinking one eye at a time. I'll have a look. And Vince takes it and sort of uncorks it, has a smell of it, like a fine wine. You take a wee sip of it and go.
You spit it back in the vial.
Yeah. He's fine with it.
As you kind of swirl it around, you have the same view of it as Varen did. It kind of unnaturally kind of swirls around as you kind of move it. Throw your Arcana.
Guys.
Yeah.
My internet is dying. I'm gonna have to restart my router.
Okay.
Again.
Yeah, I know. It's quite frustrating.
All right, we'll need to get a new route.
Yeah, just give me a moment. I will be back in a moment.